must decide, what kind of nation are we going to be? Are we going to be a nation that accepts political violence as a norm?
It's quiet this evening at the U.S. Capitol, a lot quieter than it was a year ago when rioters descended upon the Capitol to an attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election.
In the years since the violent assault, more than 700 people have been arrested in connection with the Capitol riot, and that includes 7 Oklahomans.
News 9 Storm Jones has more from the OKC FBI field office.
We'll pause.
Protesters are in the building.
Thank you.
Little did Oklahoma Senator James Lankford know when he was interrupted on the floor of the U.S. Senate that those breaching Capitol doors were not only fellow Americans, but included fellow Oklahomans as well. From ages 24 to 57, the 7 charged ranged from an Oklahoma City Thunder employee to a U.S. Army veteran. 24-year-old Andrew Erickson took a beer from a refrigerator and kicked his feet up on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's conference room table. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor and was sentenced to 20 days in prison and a $500 restitution. Danielle Doyle, the OKC Thunder employee, was recognized on TV by a former coworker who turned her in. She also pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor and was sentenced to 2 months probation and a $3,000 fine. 27-year-old Jerry Riles posted on Facebook after he broke into the Capitol, quote, "We reclaimed our Capitol just to be slandered by the media." He has pleaded not guilty on a felony and 4 misdemeanor charges. Riles worked for Anthony Griffith Sr. He owns a Fort Gibson electrical company. Witnesses told the FBI the night of the attack he told them, "Maybe I shouldn't have gone in." He's pleaded not guilty to 4 misdemeanor charges. 26-year-old Tanner Sells runs a Chandler construction business. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor and will be sentenced next week. U.S. Army veteran Benjamin Burlew faces the most serious charges. Prosecutors alleged he assaulted an Associated Press photographer, dragging the journalist across the steps of the U.S. Capitol before throwing them over a wall. He has not yet entered a plea. Edward Spain told the FBI he hadn't intended on going in the Capitol, but did so after he heard shots had been fired near the Senate. He faces 4 misdemeanors and has not yet entered a plea.
Those involved must be held accountable.
And the Oklahoma City FBI field office says even a year later, this is still an active investigation. They urge anyone with information to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. In Northwest Oklahoma City, Storm Jones, Oklahoma's own News 9.